Hi guys, and welcome to Crafting with Lola and Oscar. This week and for the next couple of videos, we're going to be working with the Crafter's Companion outline dies. Now these are some older dies, but we're going to be working with the outline dies and getting my hands actually dirty with some alcohol ink. Now I'm not really crazy about this because anybody who knows me, it took me a minute to get the ink off my hand, which I really still have ink on my hands. But so we're going to deal with these outline dies. Now these are some outline dies. They're a little older, and I want to almost say they're kind of like the start of the outline die thing that Crafter's Companion was doing. So I have maybe some newer ones, but these were some of the ones I really fell in love with. So we're going to be working with these outline dies, putting them on different types of paper, using different types of medium for coloring. So that's what the next several videos will be doing. I will be doing. But I want to kind of tell you what some of the names of these dies are, in case because I know a lot of people are asking about them. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I need to put my glasses on, y'all. And for those who just come into the channel, again, my name is Lola, and Lola and Oscar. Oscar is my little 6-pound dog, which you probably see off and on throughout the videos. You'll see him. And I'm a paper crafter, and I've been crafting for maybe about 3 or 4 years. And I just sometimes I'll see things and I'll try and remake them, or I'll come up with ideas. I'm just a good old paper crafter. I'm not a professional or anything, but I do like to kind of share the things that I've learned. So anyway, these outline dies, let me see if you can see them really good. Let me show you. And then you have that beautiful butterfly. Yeah. So there's that one. And this is called the Majestic Hummingbird, this one right here. Okay. And let's see. The butterfly is called the bold. It's called the bold butterfly, which is pretty big. It's about 5. This is 5 by 7. 5 and 7. 5.7 inches. 3.4. So it's a pretty, about the hand width. You can see it's pretty big butterfly. You see the bird, which I do love. This bird right here, one of my favorites, and I love it so much. Somehow I ended up buying 2 of them. I don't know how I did that, but this bird is called Blue Tit, T-I-T. You may be able to find some of these dies. You may not be able to find any of these. The heart is called Decorative Heart. And of course, this is just a rose, but I'm sure they have some kind of name. It's called English Rose. The English Rose. This floral spree here is called Floral Arrangement. And then this little spur right here, which is actually flowers, quite pretty. It's called the Ditzy Bloom. So these are the dies, the Crafter's Companion outline dies that I'm going to be working with. And we're going to eventually get to the Tim Holtz alcohol. So what I wanted to do is show you, first of all, in this particular video, some of the things, if you're going to be doing some of these projects that I do, and I'm going to actually do a project with each one, but for right now, we're just doing the initial setup so that you know what I'm going to be working on for the next couple of weeks on the videos. So you'll need these dies or an outline die. It doesn't have to be these dies at all. It could be an outline die. You want to consider getting you some type of adhesive. And the thing about the adhesive, what you want to do is, I have some Stick It adhesive. It's called Stick It. And I also have the adhesive from Crafter's Companion. So let me show you, and you can get to stick it in several sizes. So you can get like it depends on, you know, how big your paper. Now, if you're gonna put a whole bunch of dies on a big piece of paper, I would go ahead and get this one. But you know, or you can get and that's not cheap either. But the 5x7, I think this is like a 5x7. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this, stick it on Amazon. So you have this adhesive, and then also you have, I bought some Craftless Companion adhesive, and these are like really large sheets. Now what I found with the difference between them is this is much lighter. It's a lighter stick. It will stick, but it's lighter. This really sticks, and it sticks good. But the problem is, I found that when because what you do is you take the paper and you put the adhesive on the back of the paper, then you put your die on, you cut it, and that's how you do that. But what I found is that it made it very hard to separate the die out and all the pieces that you would pull out from the die. Like what I'm saying is here, see all these pieces, once it's cut, you need to pull all that out. So once you cut it out, you know, you see like that, you have a little piece right there. It became a little challenging. So I think I'd much rather do the stick it, because it just doesn't stick as hard. And then you can always use this for something else. So you would need some type of adhesive, that's for sure. Okay, if you're going to do any of these projects, the next thing that you would need, and again, I do a lot of Craftless Companion. It doesn't mean that you don't have to. You know, I just do a lot of Craftless Companion. You want to get you some acetate, especially if you're going to work, do the acetate, and you can get this on Craftless Companion, or you know, go to Amazon. But you want to get some acetate. You want to get some watercolor card, okay? And then you want to get some Nina white card, or a really nice quality white card. And what would happen is that, going back to this, and I wish I had the little thing, but I don't. On your watercolor paper, you're going to use any of your water-based products, like anything, especially if you have any of the markers. Now you can see any of those markers, any of the water markers will always be in blue, or say aqua or something like that. So you'd want to use your watercolor pen with a watercolor paper with your watercolor pen, okay, or markers, whatever you want. You know, it has to be water-based. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, I'm sorry. And then your acetate, I recommend that you use, what I found is that you can use your tri-blend markers. Now these tri-blend markers, you can use those on that Nina white cardstock, or some really nice quality white cardstock, because these are alcohol based. Okay, the other markers, the blue ones, are water based. Okay, so you need watercolor paper here, and then anything that will accept alcohol blend, you know, alcohol. Okay, now also, so you can use these, or you can actually use these metallic markers, which I absolutely love. And I had some, and some of mine dried out. I was using them the other day. I said, good God, I'm glad I got the crazy idea of ordering extra stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and open these up now. I wonder if I got all my green. I don't know if I got to. I'm going to go ahead and open these, because I know I need some of these, and some of these were dried out. Okay, so you would definitely need these, and they come in another set of greens and blues, but I'll show you that in a minute. All right, what else? Let's see, what else will you need? You will need, and we'll get to the Tim Holtz stuff in a minute. Again, this is just the introductory video, Crafting with Lola and Oscar, talking about what you're going to be needing supply-wise when it comes to the next several videos that I will be posting up here. So with these metallic markers, now some of these are dupes, but there's like some green, like the green ones are in here. Let me pull them out now. The green ones, let's see what colors didn't come. Green ones, oops. You have this kind of gold, I think that's silver. I had a black. Something's going on here, let's see. It's like two sets. Oh, there's a couple of purples in here. All right. Oh, silver. Okay, and then see, I think at least 2 purples. Oh, you know what it is? This almost kind of like a red. So actually, this goes out. So this would be the other 2, 4, 6, the other 6 colors. Okay. All right. So let's put that to the side. So these again is what you might want to use for your acetate. All right. So we got that supply. Let's see what else. What other things that you might need now. So I think that's it for the coloring as far as your alcohol, metallic, tri-blend, aqua. The other thing would be using your Tim Holtz items. But right now, I'm going to only focus on what I've done is the inks or the mediums that I just showed you. And then we'll go later on to the Tim Holtz stuff or the Ranger. It's called Ranger, but we'll go on to that later. So what I've done is I've taken these dies, I've cut them out so many times, I'm telling you, I wore out, y'all. But I cut these out into a piece of vellum, and I used, this was not easy. I did use the adhesive things. Sometimes I had to use glue. I found it to be very difficult for these to stick. And what you can see is I've just cut out several of the dies on some really pretty paper. I don't know what you call. I want to say hieroglyphics paper. Y'all don't get me lying. Y'all know, but you know what I'm talking about. And I've actually used some pens to just color, just to mess around with the butterfly. So that's on vellum. Okay. Then also what I've done is I've taken the dies and I cut them again, and I cut them on a piece of acetate. Okay, so I cut them on a piece of acetate. As you can see, here's that pretty rose, and we're going to do some coloring on that one. And then I think I pretty much cut all of them. Let me see. Ooh, sticking together. Okay, yeah, there we go. We have the bird, and let's do it like this. There we go. So we have the bird, and then I'm gonna pick one. I'm not too sure which one I'm gonna color. I'll probably color all of them, but each one of them I will be making a project. So I'll make a project with the dye on the acetate, the dye, one of these dyes from the vellum. Okay, and then what you can see, I've also cut them again, and I cut them on some watercolor paper. So we'll be using, remember I told you before, we'll be using these types of things, aqua pens on here. You can use your sparkle pens, anything that's water-based. As long as you got watercolor paper, you're going to be good. So I just put several of the dyes here, and I really like these are gold, so this is going to be quite lovely. You always want to go to the butterfly. I don't know why we always want to color the butterfly. But that's the watercolor, and these I cut out. I just did a few of them, and this is on that Nina paper, okay? And it's a smooth paper, and this is where you'd end up using, like I was saying before, these alcohol-based pens for this type of paper, okay? So that's that. All right, so I think I got all those cut out, okay? And then the next thing would be is the alcohol ink. So the whole idea of this is, and we'll get back to this one. So I cut out all of these again. I cut them in gold. Well, they're all messed up. Let's see. Let me flip this over like this. I cut them all in gold, so you can see the pretty rose, the heart, the floral dilly dills, or whatever you call these things. The bird. Somehow I just cut both of them because I think I'm gonna end up doing this pretty bird a lot. Or you can actually, because they have adhesive on them, if I wanted to make it really nice and dimensional, I could lay one on top of each other like that. The beautiful butterfly is here. And then here's that other bird here. So I've cut these out. And what's going to happen is that I'm hoping I can do this. Is that I have used what's called some Yopo paper. I never could say this right, but it's called Yopo paper. Okay, and I'll put a Yopo paper. And I bought some inks, and I have been wanting to do this for a very, very long time, but I don't like to get my hands messed up. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to try it. So I have used some alcohol inks to create some really beautiful pieces of paper, of which I'm going to ultimately make a card out of all the things that I've done. All the different examples of whether it's the acetate, the vellum, or whatever, and I'm going to be making some cards. But let me show you some of the really pretty papers that I've made. Now, the inks, if you go to, you can get it off of any from the craft stores, from Amazon. I actually bought some more today. Let me see if I can actually put up that picture so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go, these are some of the inks, the alcohol inks. You would need the alcohol inks, and then that paper. Now they come in sets of 3, or they come in bigger packs, and it is not cheap, y'all. It is not cheap. All you have to do if you want to learn about alcohol inks, and all, that's a whole different craft in itself. Go onto YouTube and just Google alcohol inks, and there's zillions of zillions of videos, you guys, just showing you how to do it. It is a messy craft. I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh my God, it really, really, really is. But that's what you would need for the second part. So again, we're using the dyes and we're using the papers that I've created. So let me show you some of the ones that I've done using some of the inks. And this is a really pretty back. I love that one. I just think it's so pretty. Let me see if I can find some of my loose dyes. Of course not. What did I do with them? Okay, just had them. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, here we go. So let me show you kind of basically what some of them could possibly look like. I think the bird would look pretty on here. Just absolutely beautiful. So pretty. Yeah, so that's one. That's one of the backgrounds that I've created. Here's another background that I've created. And I thought that this would look good here or something. You know, just, it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm going to put on there. But I just basically wanted to show you some of the backgrounds that I've created using those inks. Let me do it this way. And I had to order some more. This one is my favorite one. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. I can't wait. I think what's going to be the prettiest one is going to be putting that beautiful butterfly on that one. I think you guys all would agree with that. That's going to turn out to be quite lovely. I might even dye this in black or white. I'm not too sure. I might just leave it in gold. Okay. This one's nice too. I really like this one. And then, you know, if you wanted to put the heart up against it, you can kind of see what it looks like with the heart on there. That's lovely. That's very, very lovely. And then, all right, so let's see what else. And then we have this one here. And this almost kind of started out as a, oh God, what did I do, boo-boo? And the more and more I start looking at it, I was like, oh, I really like that. So, you know, I don't know. Anything can go, you know, can go on that one. It just depends on how you want it to look, you know. And it doesn't have to be this whole piece of paper. I may end up cutting it down. But either way, the outline die is going to go on this paper. Okay. All right. And then let's see. I think we have one more. No, I have 2 more. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. Here's one. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. Let's see. Let's put, I don't know, let's put the rose up there. So that's quite lovely. Yeah. That's quite lovely. And then last but not least, we have this one here, which I like. I really like this one too. This one came out really nice. I really like this one. And it became, and you know what I heard a lot of people say, when you start messing around with these Tim Holtz inks or the Ranger inks or any alcohol ink, you just want to keep making backgrounds and making backgrounds and making backgrounds. And that is what I have done. So then last but not least, so you see I put this on the paper. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. So ultimately I'm going to try and make so this is a card that I've done. Okay. And this was the other background. I think it's so pretty. And then I've put I just haven't glued this down. So I have a little sentiment going across like that. So I think that's lovely. Okay. So eventually these will be made out of cards somehow, somewhere, somehow. All right. So, oh, and then the last thing was I put it on vellum. Talking about the alcohol inks, I put this on vellum, on a big piece of vellum. I love this. I think this is so pretty. And you can see how pretty it looks. It's just absolutely beautiful. Kind of almost looks a little bit like blood, though. I have to admit, it kind of does. But if you take this, you know, and once you put it on a background, on paper, now see how different it looks once you have a white background. It does look much better. So I put this on vellum. And then I also did the same thing on a piece of acetate, just a clear piece of plastic, of which once you put it down on the paper, it looks quite lovely. As you can see how it looks on the paper. Or if you want to get you a nice piece of clean vellum, and then how it looks on the vellum. All right. So this has just been, again, an introductory video of what we're going to be doing for the next couple of videos, working with the Craftless Companion outline dies and then the alcohol inks. Okay? All right. You guys, thank you for watching. I will talk to you later. Just in case you want to know, Craftless Companion outline dies, alcohol inks. You are watching Crafting with Lola and Oscar. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And I will talk to you later. Stay tuned for the second part of the video. There'll be several parts of the video, so this is just the intro video. Okay? You want to stay tuned and see what I do, how I color, and what I create. Bye-bye.